All right, so let's talk about alt season. Let's talk about altcoins, and specifically which altcoins I believe are gonna pump most in this alt season. Now, careful, because I want you to have some context here. There's gonna be a lot of people in the comments right now. Video hasn't even started going, look at that, and because they haven't watched the video, they don't have the context, and they don't understand that there is also a dump coming. So I'm gonna tell you which altcoins I am seeing that are going to run, and which ones I am seeing that will run after the dump. And I'm gonna try and tell you when the dump is approximately, so you can do, or you can be prepared to profit from this, if that makes sense. Now, something extremely important. I'm gonna be showing you the altcoins I'm holding, which ones I believe are gonna pump most, but make sure you watch till the end of the video so you do not get wrecked. You do need context for this video. That said, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Read the description down below. There is a disclaimer. Read that disclaimer. Okay, don't blame me if you lose your shit. Oh my God, the crypto factor. No. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my opinion. This opinion is free. You're not paying for this. Just telling you what I think. So read the disclaimer. Besides, there's some really cool links down there as well. You can go check them out. So with that said, let's get started, and let's get started with the Bitcoin price today. The Bitcoin price right now on the 23rd of July is at $118,000. It's still gold on the factor line. It's been gold since 83K over here, and we called the mid 70s to get in over here on other time frames. But basically, right now, Bitcoin's 118,000. I'm expecting it to range from about 108 to 120, 130. But let's see, because that's split between ranges. By the way, if I fumble, if I stutter a little bit, this video is not going to be edited. It's one take. I'm sick and tired of retention editing, AI editing. No, this is a one-to-one, mano a mano, or mano womanano, or mano, whatever you identify yourself as these days. We're having a conversation here. I forgot my coffee, but imagine having a coffee and we're drinking coffee and we're speaking, okay? With that said, back to Bitcoin over here. So Bitcoin right now looking cool on the daily. Let's just look at the 4-hour real quick. And on the 4-hour, we have a range, and the factor line actually gives you that range. It told you to sell and buy intra range over here, as you can see with the dots, but also told you to buy right here at the swing failure pattern. This is intra, so there's long-term trading and intra trading for swing traders here. But this is a range right here. And the range over here on the 4 hours, 123 to 115, so not bad. So if you have a bot, for example, on Pionex, and we can talk about this a little bit later, but if you have a bot on Pionex, you can actually trade this range, and don't worry, we'll go into it a little bit later. That's not the point of the video, but I do want to give you some alpha and some calls as well in this video for those of you that are patient. So patience prevails here, and we will get to altcoins in just 1 second. We just need to understand Bitcoin, okay? So we are ranging also on the 4-hour. I'm not gonna go to the hourly on here because it's not specific to this video. We're not trading Bitcoin here, but we're waiting to see what happens. So let's just quickly go back to the daily, and you will see also that the trend stacker here is in gold. So this means the momentum, volume, a couple of other factors are also gold. So far, nothing to worry about. Yes, we have this shooting star over here when it comes to technical analysis, but again, we expect it to come back to the factor line and continue to the upside here, okay? So we're not gonna do anything deep here. That's what we're looking at. Now, if we want to look at Ethereum, and I do suggest we look at Ethereum real quick, and there's a reason for this, and I am gonna look at Ethereum USDT. There's a case to look at Ethereum Bitcoin, but I don't wanna make this video too long. But if you look at Ethereum USDT over here, the factor line is actually showing reversal. I was actually waiting for it to come up here to the 4,000 level, but the factor line actually told us over here with this candle, we should have been suspicious because of this right here. The trend stacker fully in gold, and while this can stay fully in gold for a while, you have to understand that this over here also shows potential topping or temporary topping, not like full-term topping or anything, but temporary topping, and that's what we're seeing here. You can kind of say RSI, but it's not, okay? It's its own property. I can't say the word, okay? It's its own thing. The factor line has its own thing, okay? If you're wondering about the factor line, it's my own indicator, but I can't say property for some strange reason. Priority, I can't say that word, but anyway, doesn't matter, I digress, okay? So, let's go back here. And we're seeing, okay, Ethereum toppy here, and I actually took some profits from my Ethereum. We called Ethereum perfectly at the bottom. The factor line called it as well. We got in a little bit higher, but it was, no, actually we got in at the bottom, but actually this is a perfect call, especially right here was the perfect call, 1,800 if you missed this SFP over here. So we called Ethereum, we got in. I actually have a video proving I was the first one to call the bottom of Ethereum perfectly, and you can check that out. You can fact check me just by going to YouTube here, going to my channel, just because I don't want people to say, oh my God, you just keep on, you said things and you haven't said it. No, if you go to videos here, and I was watching Ran earlier on, but if you go to videos here and you scroll down, you can challenge Ran or anyone else, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, by the way. Where is it? Give me a second here. Again, I'm not editing this video. Right here. Look at this, 2 months ago. Everyone's bearish on Ethereum, but I'm calling reversal. This was the perfect call. You can click it, you can play it, you can look at the date down here. Members saw it on the 18th of April. My group actually saw it before that. My group being the VIP group, which you can also check in the description down below, above the disclaimer, which you should be watching and reading. You should be reading the disclaimer, okay? So things are getting tight in crypto now. We have to make more disclaimers. So that's how we're doing it. So let's go back here. So I do expect Ethereum to come back down and meet the factor line. If you want to get a little bit more specific, we can turn off the factor flow, go into cloud. And if you look at the daily, I expect it to come down and meet around 3,200, and if that breaks 2,900, around that range. But of course, it can go lower, it can come to the top, it can come to the top of this range or prior range over here. So that's what we're seeing with Ethereum right now. Now, we were calling mini alt seasons with Salana all last year. We were saying mini alt seasons, we called them perfectly without charting Ethereum. Now everyone's looking at Ethereum again while we were looking at Salana. I believe we're gonna have to look at Salana again when it comes to Salana Bitcoin. But again, I don't wanna make this video too long. So let's get straight to the point here. You want to be looking at Salana as well, not just USDT, not just Ethereum, but you want to be looking at Salana Bitcoin as well. And if you look at Salana Bitcoin, you can see that we had an SFP buy plus a buy, a solid buy and confirmation and gold line on the factor line, and we came above this previous range of here, which I was expecting. So alts can still go buy or can still go up while Ethereum goes down. I know that sounds crazy, right? Anyway, so we want to be looking at alts. We want to be looking at alts right now, and obviously you want to be holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, but we want to be looking at altcoins, and let's see which altcoins we want to be holding, okay? We'll see which ones we're holding, but understand what I'm about to tell you. Full attention on me right now. Just full attention right here. Don't look anywhere else. Right here, okay? Today's the 23rd of July. I said I was expecting a pump, then dump, then pump again when it came to altcoins. I was looking at the mini alt seasons. We called this alt season as a mini alt season. I said it's probably gonna become an extended alt season and may even become a full-blown alt season. Now pay attention because this part's hard, okay? Or this might get confusing. We are in an extended alt season relatively right now as we speak. For those of you saying, oh my God, everything didn't pump, this didn't pump. Yes, we know that. That's why I said it's a selective alt season. If you watch my videos, you'd be prepared. If you don't watch my videos, make sure you subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button so you do not miss these videos. So we had a mini selective alt season became extended, and now we want to see if it's going to go into a full-blown alt season or if it will remain an extended alt season. If it remains an extended alt season, great. It's going to go higher, more than likely. Dump in August. Don't ask me which date. I'm not Nostradamus. I know I'm bold, but I'm not bold-anonymous either. But I'll have a look at my crystal ball and try and tell you what I think later on. But we're gonna have a dump sometime in August, probably beginning, mid, end, who knows. And then we're gonna have another mini alt season becoming an extended and full-blown alt season potentially after the summer. And then we're gonna be looking for a top in Bitcoin. Alts may pump a little bit more, we don't know yet, and then we're gonna end the bull market. When everything goes crazy up, we're gonna have a blow off top. It's probably gonna be the end of the bull market. Will we have an extended bull market? I don't know, I don't care. I'm going with a 4-year cycle. That's what it's looking like so far, and that's what I'm strategizing with. If I save a little bit more than I usually do, and I don't get out of all my positions just in case, we'll see and we'll evaluate that at that time. Until then, this is the plan. This is the strategy. You need to have a strategy. The second thing that might happen is that we basically go up and go crazy and go to a full-blown alt season right now. Like, it just goes crazy, does what everybody doesn't expect, and just goes full-blown alt season. Everything is green, everyone's selling their house to buy Bitcoin and crypto, especially altcoins. Everyone starts coming in the next couple of months, and we have a blow-off top and a shorter bull market. Okay, that's the second scenario. And the third scenario is we just dump down from here. Now, if we dump down from here, that's great. That's fine. It means we're probably gonna have another run, or we got screwed, we had a shorter bull market, but at least you took profits and you made some money, or saved some money, or kind of offset your losses. Right? You did take profits, right? You took profits? I hope you took profits. We keep on talking about how important it is to take profits on this channel. But regardless, I'm leaning that we either have the pump dump scenario, but I'm also anticipating or ready for a full-blown and get the hell out scenario, okay? So let's see which one happens. Now, no matter which scenario happens, there's gonna be certain altcoins that are gonna pump more than other altcoins. That's what I'm gonna show you right now. See, usually, and this is the daily right here, so this is not indicative, it doesn't look like an alt season today, but let's have a look at the weekly. This is the weekly of my favorites. These are not the ones I'm expecting. This is what I'm holding. I'm just showing you all the altcoins I'm holding, because I know a lot of you can be like, oh my God, what about this coin? What about that coin? Yes, I'm holding them, but I'm expecting some to run more. I'm gonna talk about some of them and tell you why, and then you can make up your own mind. But please, yes, take a screenshot if you want with what I'm holding and everything so you can remember. I actually advise you actually screenshot this video, share it with friends, share it with family that you care about. If you want to clip it, if you're a YouTuber, go ahead, clip it and use those clips. I have no problem, okay? But make sure you listen to the context when I give you the altcoins, okay? So here we go. This is what I'm holding on CryptoBubbles. What's listed on CryptoBubbles? Obviously, I'm holding other coins that are not listed here as well. But these are, I have them down as favorites, but it's just my large positions or larger positions at some point, okay? The other ones are my other positions, okay? This is my other positions. Take a screenshot here. Cookie is one of my favorite positions, by the way, but it's an other. Doesn't matter, okay? These are my other positions. And now, I'm gonna show you my altcoins that I think are going to pump here. These are my Altseason altcoins. By the way, forgot to mention my meme coins. Let's just go to my meme coins here. And I also forgot, and I've changed these around a little bit, my allocations or staking, okay? Doesn't matter, take a screenshot, let's go to Altseason. So these are my Altseason picks. Let me explain why I'm holding these coins and why it's important, okay? Please stay for context. It's very, if you leave and you just start buying some of these or say, I'm just holding these and then come back, I don't know when, and say, oh my God, Paul, you were wrong, you're an idiot because you didn't listen. So just make sure you stay. And I'm gonna give you some huge alpha after this. I promise I'm gonna give you some huge alpha. You're not gonna regret it, you're gonna love it. All right, so this is what I'm holding right now. Now, obviously we're holding Bitcoin. Obviously we're holding Salana. Look at this on the weekly, actually looking very powerful. And we're looking at ETH, and we're looking at Salana potentially again overtaking ETH over here. And I'm not saying it's gonna overtake it generally, but you wanna be holding these two. If you're just holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, you're golden, and maybe some hype as well. Now hype, where is hype? It was here somewhere earlier on. Oh, here it is. Hype is down right now. Might be a good buy. It might be a good buying signal, but I'm trading this in ranges, and I'm gonna show you how to do that later on. SNEC, I'm holding as an ADA play instead of ADA. I think ADA is okay, it's great tech. I don't think it's gonna be a winner, but I'm holding SNEC. SNEC is a meme coin on ADA, and chances are it will outperform ADA anyway, and if it doesn't matter. It's a meme coin play. If you wanna know how I play meme coins, that's fine. This is what I'm doing with SNEC. It's up 241% on the year. We're doing well, and a lot more than that since I got in. Okay? SWI is one of my top runners. I'm holding SWI. I made videos about it. I'm not gonna do it again. I think it's gonna do a Solana type move. Let's see what happens. And when I say Solana type move, it might be the first Solana type move and then do better in the next bull market, but that's what I'm looking at. I'm holding a very large amount of SWI. Okay? Because I'm holding SWI, a very good position, the SUI ecosystem is deep. Okay, deep protocol right here. All right, 57% up on the month. We've been talking about this for a while. So deep right now is doing better than Walrus. Now, yes, I'm holding Walrus, but I'm actually betting more on deep for this alt season, and I've talked about this quite a few times and explained why. Okay, so Bonk is part of a meme coin play along with Fartcoin and Pengu. Pengu being my biggest position ever. I've been calling Pengu forever, and I even called the trade for you guys before it took off 400%. I made the video before anybody else. Everybody started talking about it after. All right, you could verify this on my channel. I was begging you to buy Pengu and gave you the perfect entry. And when everybody was saying take profits, I was saying keep buying, just like I did with Solana back in the day. And now we're seeing penguins fly, baby. We're seeing, I'm wearing a blue shirt. This is a representative of Pengu. As a matter of fact, look at this. This is not Pengu. My dog has Pengu coins. Yes, I'm not wearing any pants. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not wearing any pants today. I have a breeze under my, I don't want to say the word. Ladies, I'm sorry, I understand. Large, huge temptation here. Okay, haters, now you have something more to hate about. All right, I love live videos like this. Okay, let's go back to desktop here, okay? Virtuals Protocol. This is an AI agent play. I think AI agents will do well. That's why I'm also holding Cookie. Cookie AI agents on BNB, virtual on Base. We're one of the first channels to call both of these, and probably the first, if not second or third channel to call Luna on Base and so on. So these are doing extremely well. Ondo, obviously, for RWA. PAL as an infrastructure play for AI. There's a big difference. Okay, AI Oz as a deep in play. Brett as a meme coin on Base though. Right, so it can go up as a meme coin, can go up on Base. Medicaid I got in today, just because I thought it would be a good play on Base, and I believe it's going to do well. We got lightly in it. XPG I'm not holding. I am not holding XPG. We called it before, we traded it. It might be a good time to get in, but I'm not holding it, but I'm putting it in the alt season portfolio because this video is about you, not me. So full transparency, I'm holding every other coin here, almost, but I'm not holding XGB, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't, I'm just saying I'm not. Beam, I'm holding whether I want to or not. I have 4 nodes, plus we have delegated nodes, and we have like 1,000, more than 1,000 nodes delegated to us. So we're holding Beam and we're getting Beam rewards. Or should I say we're getting some other rewards because for some reason the Beam has not been doing very well when it comes to rewards, but we're holding this. okay? XLM, this is my anti-XRP play. I'm holding XLM for the tech and what they're doing. I believe XLM has a better use case than XRP. I'm not gonna get into it right now. All the XRP army going crazy, rioting outside my house. I can hear them right now. I don't care. I'm just holding XLM. If XRP does well, XLM does well, but also XLM can do better than XRP if they do something better. You might say, oh my God, look, I like 50 billion tokens versus 100 billion better. I like the tech better. I talked to the team. I have a whole video about it. You can actually watch that video, okay? I'm not gonna get into an argument with you, trying to explain to you why and what I do. It's a grown-ass man. I can do what I want to do, okay? I can do whatever I want. No one can tell me otherwise.
You buy the dip.
And you should buy the dip, okay? Now, if you wanna know why, you can come over here and look. You can go right here. This is the Stellar. Look, everyone's missing Stellar. Called it 12 days ago, right before the massive pump. If you watch this video, you've done very well. And if you're still watching this video, you're gonna do even better, by the way, because I'm gonna give you some alpha in a second. But look, that's when I called Stellar. Again, this is where I called Pengu 13 days ago before the massive run, 400%. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I have a lot of other videos you can check out here. Now making this video, okay? So check out these videos, subscribe, hit the bell notification button. You don't want to miss it. And if you definitely don't want to miss me on Twitter or X. Just so you know, this is my X account. It's MC_PaulD. Follow me there. Oops, sorry, excuse me. Follow me there, okay? Paul the Crypto Factor at MC_PaulD. Follow me on Twitter. Huge alpha. Made the Salana call right at the bottom. Ethereum call, XLM call, Pengu call, all on Twitter. So if you missed the videos, you would have got them on Twitter. You don't want to not follow me on Twitter. You want to follow me on Twitter. MC_PaulD. Simple shit. Okay? Don't know what you're doing. Now, let's go to Pionex real quick. Pionex is an amazing platform. Okay? It's an amazing platform that I have been using. And I've been using it to trade, and it has amazing bots, futures bots. Now this, when at first glance you think I'm actually losing money, I'm not. That's the cool thing about this. This is a future grid bot. And I opened up a couple of longs, but this was a lot lower. Look, this is now 1,650. This is 1,000 actual investment, but it was lower. I just compounded profits into this. And this is trading in a range, okay? I also opened up a spot Cadena play over here. A spot Cadena play, all right? Now, let's go back to the futures real quick. If you actually click one of these, let's go to Hype, for example, you will see it's buying down here and selling up here, and it's just doing this over and over again. So even though it looks like it's in the minus right now, it's actually gonna give me a lot more profits. And the way I'm finding these ranges is with the factor line. My own indicator. Now, I don't want to talk about my indicator too much, but look, it gives you the ranges for free here. It gives you the ranges, sorry, not for free. It gives you the ranges here. It does it for you. So I'm using these ranges with Pionex. Now, you can also use their automatic one. You can actually create here and do their automatic range and everything. You can do that as well, and that's fine. It works very, very well. But I believe that the factor line gives me a bit of advantage over everybody else. And because everyone's doing this, I believe the factor line does a little bit better, but it still works great. Pionex works great. Now, I don't want to bore you with this. I'm gonna leave a couple of links in the description down below with my ranges on Pionex, which you can copy. And I do advise, well, I can't give you financial advice, obviously. I advise you to research. I advise you to do your own research, check it out. Okay, sign up, because this can trade for you. I was literally on the beach before I compounded my profits into my investment. I was literally on the beach swimming while this was buying the range. I'm gonna be doing that this weekend. I'm gonna be doing this every weekend. It does it 24/7 and it's easy. They even have a debit card. Although I have a video coming out for a debit card next week that's gonna blow your mind. I'm not even joking here, or I'm so excited. I found out some stuff that I'm gonna talk about shit that people don't talk about. in that video about KYC and everything and when and how you should be worried and what you should do. So make sure you subscribe and not miss that video. But Pionex is great. It's been doing great. I've partnered up with them. I made videos about Pionex without being sponsored. I was using Pionex before I got sponsored, and then I met them, and then I decided to get into a partnership with them. That's how much I trust and like them. As a matter of fact, we did something, and this was not sponsored, by the way. Let me show you something real quick. Just so you can see how much I like them, we actually got one of their towels at, I think it was a Token 24? No, Istanbul Blockchain Week. I actually met them. This is my Instagram right here. And look, this is Pavlos Diamond Kaponis. This is my personal trainer in Muay Thai. And he's like the top Muay Thai guy in Greece, right? IFMA champion, certified instructor, IMC, WMC champion, world champion. And this guy's amazing, right? He was using Pionex as well, so I got him this towel because he loves Pionex so much. This is not a sponsored picture. This is a personal picture. I went and gave him the gift. After Istanbul Blockchain Week, he had to go. His son was fighting in K1 in Japan. He came back. We got back into training a couple of days ago, gave him the towel. He's like, let's take a picture for Pionex because I love Pionex. Okay? So check it out. This is no joke. Check it out. The links are in the description down below. And make sure you understand the context I told you about Altseason. Yes, this video was long. Congratulations if you watched up to here. If you don't have TikTok brain, and if you can actually pay attention to a video like this with no retention editing or AI agent editing, congratulations. Congratulations, you're probably gonna make it this time. Because everybody else is gonna get wrecked with their TikTok brain, can't pay attention to a video, so I applaud you. Well done, thank you very much. Please like this video, I would really, really appreciate it so I can continue doing these one-take videos without editing and so on. I would really, really appreciate the like, and make sure you watch this video right here next. And comment down below if you have any altcoins that you want to suggest, but make sure you watch this video here next. Take care. See you in the next video.